Alwyn had counted the days, 18 of them. 18 days since hired assassins last tried to take his life. In the Red Chief Inn in Beregost. Karlat was his name. And now? Well, now Alwyn has been sat for precisely 1 hour with his party among the 4 buckled, broken bodies of his latest assailants. He knows not how powerful they were. He prepared his party and hit his foe with such force as he could muster, so as to render them unable to unleash their own talents. And, but for Immelwyn copping an arrow, it worked rather well. Alwyn wonders why the attackers were so confident of victory. They claim to be part of the Iron Throne, but what is the extent of this organisation's power? At what point will they leave him alone? What he knows is that they have so far grossly underestimated the power of this gnome and his curious band of followers. And so to the fun part. The looting. Who shall we start with? Let's go here.
With Helm's blessing.
Ajantis.
I will not stand by while this party descends into depravity.
He can't resist another moan, can he? It will change soon. Okay, so plate mail armour, that's pretty valuable.
This course we take is beyond all tenets of decency.
Potion of power, potion of stone form. Shield, mace, they aren't going to be worth very much, but what does the potion of power do? This powerful elixir is similar to the potion of heroism, which I don't know anything about, in that it effectively raises the imbiber's level and can be used by all character classes. This affects hit points, Thaco and thieving abilities, although it does not raise the backstab multiplier. This effect is applied to the base before any attribute modifiers are added. 80% of hit points plus 20%. Okay. That's not bad at all. I'll give that to Ajantis. It probably would be something that I would use for him. Potion of stone form. Drinking this potion results in a transformation much like the one the imbiber would go through if he were turned to stone. Skin colour, stiffness, even the feeling that is received from the body. Stone. I'm sure it's not exactly like being turned to stone. I'm sure you can still move around and stuff. Anyway, that's I get the overall point of that. So better armour class, better saving throws. We might have to ditch this chainmail. Oh no. Zar's 14 strength coming to the rescue there.
With Helm's blessing.
Okay, well that's pretty good. I've forgotten who these were, so I don't know which loot relates to which assailant, but I'm not that bothered. I'm sure you aren't. So what have we got? A flail. These kind of base weapons are just not really worth that much. Splint mail is tempting, but again, let's take that. By the way, Viconia has splint mail, but I'm pretty sure she can't wear the plate. Yeah, everyone goes blacked out when you try and move it, so no. So we've got a long sword, an unidentified long sword. Alwyn? Doesn't know what it is. Okay. That can go back to Ajantis, who's nearly at his carry weight now. So
my honor is my life, as you will.
That's interesting. We'll get Zar to go over to this one.
No other.
Right, 78 gold. A longbow, they're worth a little bit. I'll take it. An arrow. And some armour, which I can't get because we have too much stuff. Okay, these are Arrows of fire, surely. Yes, +2. Imowen, you can have those. That's quite good, having 18 of those. +2 arrows.
If I must.
And we will take this intriguing item, studded leather armour. Well, that is what Imowen is wearing, so if that's an improvement on what Imowen's got, that'll be a rather tasty find. Alwyn? No. Okay.
I could do no other.
Yeah, so that's intriguing. And we've got one more down here. Let's go Imowen.
I'm gone.
Okay, look at this now. Another chunk of gold. Leather armour. Potion of magic blocking. Oil of fiery burning. And some unidentified darts. It's going to make a thud noise like a book for some reason. Okay, Alwyn. No idea. Okay, let's have a look at this. Magic blocking. Immunity to all spells up to and including 5th level. That is pretty good. Put that there. Oil of fiery burning. Once exposed to air, this oil will immediately burst into flame, inflicting 5d6. Woohoo! Quite a lot. So what, maximum of 30 damage? Save vs breath for half. So it's going to do some damage, whatever, to all within the immediate area around the potion. It can be hurled up to around 40 feet, at which point it hits the ground and immediately explodes into a ball of fire. Interesting. We probably want to clear the decks when we lob that one. It's a bit like a sort of Molotov cocktail or something. Alwyn, do you know what these darts are? Dart of wounding. He does know what they are. This dart is coated in a deadly poison that will immediately seep into the bloodstream if striking an opponent, with very deadly results. I mean, I think I've made the point, but it's a good job we just knocked them out before they had a chance to unleash all of this stuff. 20 points of poison damage in 20 seconds. That's pretty brutal. I'm sure Palantir at High Hedge had something like that, and I remember them being pretty expensive. No one can actually hurl darts with any accuracy, I don't believe, so it's a bit of a shame. Malahay's only just reminding myself of the inventory. We've also got this, chainmail. We've got loads of stuff to identify. I don't even know what's first in line, really. Let's get this ring identified, since we've got a spell. Oh my goodness me. Honorary Ring of Soon. Ring of Holiness, Honorary Ring of Soon. Rings of this type were given to faithful priests of Soon who demonstrated actions of astounding integrity and kindness. I cannot remember who this belonged to. Malahay, I think, or was in his chest. Sorry, can't remember. Experts on the game, I'm sure, will know. Can memorise one extra divine spell for each level from 1st to 4th. That is really rather good. So, yeah. Stick that on Alwyn. One extra spell level 1. One extra spell level 2. Oh, that's brilliant. I'm going to stick a sanctuary in. And already got a hold person. I don't know how often I will be using that. Bark skin. It's not great either, is it? Spiritual hammer. Just like a +1 weapon, really. That's not great, is it? Flame blade. I'm getting excited about the ring soon, but at the moment, chant. It's not great, actually, is it? Let's get another whole person in. I mean, it wouldn't be any different for Viconia, so yeah. We'll stick with it. I'm not putting it on Viconia at the moment simply because she tends to be more up front in terms of the battling.
I've done had enough of this.
And so would be less likely to go through a load of spells. But, I mean, what I should say at this point is that guy who had a dagger, who was looking for the cave, and I went back into that cave over here and was putting the dagger in various sarcophaguses without any success. I've subsequently realised in the edit for the last video that here is another cave, and I'm pretty sure that is what the guy was going on about when he mentioned a cave. So I'm going to go down there, but as everyone's encumbered, etc., I'm going to just sort out the inventory. And I think we've probably digested everything. I mean, it's difficult to say exactly how valuable this this loot was without identifying it. But, I mean, again, this map is... well, it's not over yet, unbelievably. So, yeah, we'll head down to this cave. Right, so unlike my rather iffy experience, oh god, I brought you back in and right outside the cave. Unlike my iffy experience, enemies? I thought I'd cleared this map. For God's sake. Okay. Right, go.
Again, if I must.
I've done had enough of
Everyone
this.
just hang back. Alwyn, see if you can turn undead.
I shall attend to it.
I'm not convinced by this skill, but
If I must.
I must.
that's not a high enough level, I don't know. Come on, Alwyn, turn the undead. Okay. Don't think it's working.
By hell.
Have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Worthless lives end here.
Viconia's got a super low THAC0 now compared to a lot of... or compared to a Jantis, so.
Yeah.
Which means that she can hit stuff a lot more easily. I'm saying that, 17, what's the Jantis? 6? Oh. Okay, well maybe... yeah, I've got that wrong, haven't I?
This way.
Perhaps I'm just thinking that she's a lot better than she was. And of course you get a damage bonus with crushing weapons against... God, they had composite longbows. We'll take those, they might be valuable. Anyway, Imoen's going to go in. We're not going to make the same mistake that we did with the ghasts or ghouls in the cave elsewhere on this map.
I've done had enough of
I'm going to
this.
see what this yields.
I've done had enough of this.
Okay. Revenant. And 2 sarcophaguses. I'm going to say sarcophagi. I don't know. I could be wrong, couldn't I? Right. So she's got the dagger that he wants. We think. Heart of the Golem. He's not hostile. So I'm going to bring the crew in. She can talk to him.
I'm gone.
Everyone
You're
else,
a queer fellow.
in you come.
With Helm's blessing.
Must revenge.
Dagger, you have the dagger, give to me. Now can rest forever. Right. Take your dagger and leave us alone, cursed undead. Before we give you the dagger... I don't think Alwyn is going to dick around, to be honest. We've just been targeted by assassins. I think probably just getting rid of this dagger is seen as desirable just to kind of make sure we don't get hounded by anyone. Because it seemed to certainly disturb the other poor guy who we saw. Can't even remember his name now. I don't really want to call it cursed undead, but maybe we'll just ask, what dagger are you talking about exactly? The dagger of he who murdered me, the dagger of Alatos. Right. Take your dagger and leave us alone, cursed undead. We could not give it to him, but I think we will. We'll just give him what he wants. At last, the dagger. Revenant Death. It's a bit of a shame because it was a +2 dagger. But I think you can forgive Alwyn for not wanting to... not wanting to displease the undead. Okay. Let's have a little trap search, Alwyn.
I've done had enough of this.
This is just the sort of place that would be trapped. Oh, is that the other? Okay, so that is the other... We can't get in there, can we? No. That's the other cave on the map.
To my home, but home does not welcome me.
No, not anymore, Viconia. Not since you... What happened again? Did you renounce the god or whatever?
No.
Anyway. Okay, so 2 sarcophagi. Don't think they're trapped. Okay. A mithril ring. That sounds exciting. Potion of invisibility. That's excellent. And gold. Potion of invisibility straight to Mr. Alwyn. Whew. That is so useful. That is so useful. And 107 gold. And a potion of freedom. This potion acts like the spell of free action. When consumed, the drinker becomes completely immune to any effects that influence action or movement, whether it is magical in origin or not. That's probably quite useful. Viconia, you can keep that one. And a mithril ring with a kind of glitchy picture. At first glance this appears to be a simple silver ring, but any dwarf could point out a good dozen of qualities that would tell you that the ring is made of mithril, also called true silver, and many other names besides. This remarkable metal is supple and easy to work. It can be polished to a shimmer like silver that never tarnishes, and it is stronger than steel. While not enchanted yet, it might be only a matter of time. Sorcerers like mithril artifacts due to the superior durability of this metal. It might be worthwhile to hold on to the ring. Right. Well, maybe we will. Viconia might as well wear it. And that is that, isn't it?
With Helm's blessing.
Well, it would be if Zar hadn't have piped in. My child, you've been ignoring me. That is very unkind of you. No, just don't have much to say is all. Then heed me now, child. How many deaths do you bear within you? Gosh. Oof. Just one quick painless one, I hope. Truly? And what of the children you will someday have, and their children, and theirs again? Consider this multitude, lining up before the pit of death, like gladiators in the arena. Are you trying to creep me out, Zar? Because you're doing a great job of it. Oh, then pass me my blue blankie, would you? It's just beside your knee there on the sword. Oh. Zar has made us rest. That is weird. That is weird. I didn't press rest. The dialogue initiated the rest. Tora Laura Lore. Zar, what are you looking for there? Looking for? Nothing. Well, the crushed neck bones of a hanged man would be nice. Well, the Revenant was there, Zar. I don't know if that suffices. Found anything? No, but you may have. That gourd. May I see it? Yes, Mithril, I judge. I have seen them before, so useful if that is, we, should want to enchant anything. Oh, he's interested in the Mithril ring. Is it magical? No, not magical yet. That is its merit. No one has botched it already, you see. Well, we've only got one option. Either way, it's party treasure. Give it back. I think not. You might lose it or sell it for food at a time when I, personally, am not even hungry. I think Alwyn will be intrigued. When and into what do you propose to enchant it? The what will see to itself. We meet so many delightful creatures, such as the one whose sloshy remains even now are staining my footwear. Now he is referring to the Revenant, I guess. When will depend upon a bit more silence from yourself, a cessation of your usual silly questions and pointless nagging. Honestly, Alwyn, most days I should rather talk to my socks, especially the left one, which is becoming rather damp at the moment. I don't think Alwyn would be particularly forceful at this point, so I think he's probably going to just let Zar have his way with it. I think I'd be curious, absolutely. Curious to see what you will make of it, as the dialogue says. Don't be silly, Alwyn. I would never embark upon so vital a thaumaturgy without guidance. Well, well. I didn't really want to rest, to be honest. I don't know why the resting had to come into it. That wasn't part of the plan. Has he got the ring now,
Your
then?
voice is ambrosia.
No. No, Viconia is still wearing it. Maybe I better put it in Zar's inventory. Just to make sure. There you go, Viconia. Have that sword. Just give Zar the ring. Well, how interesting. So I was about to say that is it for the map.
Yeah.
And I believe it probably is. So, finally, after doing the mines, we are now able to travel to Nashkel. So, unless something bizarre happens, I will see you there. Well, this isn't ideal. We've been waylaid by enemies on the way to Nashkel. We're almost there, and yeah, we have been ambushed by this curious undead army. I'm a bit worried about these bow people. especially with the wizards. And there's not a lot of spell stuff I can really throw at them. I'm also a bit worried about that ghoul. So, we are in a spot of bother here. I'm going to charge the crew out. I also haven't done Alwyn's armour, which is a real pain. Jantis I'm going to charge out this way.
Yep.
Imowen. I'm going to send her that way. And we're just going to have to try and bring these guys down as soon as we can. See, undead are just so resistant against everything that, you know, there's not a lot you can really do. Yeah, so...
You are so irritating.
I'll minor drain this one. Alwyn. You've got a minor drain, haven't you? I should take that one out anyway. So, potion. Run that way. Edwin. Alwyn, what are you going to do, mate? Charge that one down, go on. Jantis, you're supposed to be down here.
Glory of Helm!
What is it? My actions are yours.
Okay, that one's dead. Alwyn, take out the ghoul.
What is it this time?
Alwyn, go after him. Alwyn's on 22 hit points, so that's pretty good.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Flaming me. Oh god.
If I must.
I care not.
Hardly worth my time. As directed for now.
Help Zar.
If I must.
Oh dear.
Hardly worth my time. Hardly worth my time. Something I must. Your worthless lives end here. Your worthless
Take out the
lives
ghoul.
end here.
Thank you.
I've
Okay.
done had enough of this.
I think we got this now.
Jean Calais?
Let's pull Alwyn out. Let's not risk him.
To us.
May darkness prevail.
Luck. Interesting.
Not stand by while this party descends into depravity.
We'll take their composite longbows. Have a quick look at luck, shall we? Level 2. +1, but extraordinary luck, 3 rounds. +1 to saving throws, attack rolls. Probably needs a little bit of careful looking at, but the game doesn't seem to want me to go to Nashkel, does it? Oh. Poor old Viconia's got rather too many longbows. Oh. Okay. Right. Hand one over, Viconia. Okay. We can move again. Thank the Lord. Right, so we're back in Nashkel, so let's talk, if we can, to Baron Garstkill. It's 2 in the morning, so we shall see if he is up and about. I don't know if we'll get any kind of fawning comments and things from locals, because presumably they will now know that we have, well, I guess in a way solved the, I don't know if we've solved the iron crisis, but certainly we have solved the mine issue. But anyway, yes, Baron Garstkill. Baron, we have done as you asked. We have liberated the mine from the scourge of Mullahay and his minions. You have returned. It would seem that I was right to trust you. The town thanks you wholeheartedly, and is pleased to give you the proper reward. Please take this 900 gold for your efforts. It is a small fortune by anyone's standards. Thank you again. That's rather nice, isn't it? 900 gold. Is that it, though?
Good on you if you saved the day.
Okay,
We follow the righteous path. The path of hell.
Okay, so what just happened there? The journal's updated. The reputation has increased 1. We've gained 1,000 experience. We've lost 2 items, which I assume was a couple of bits of Mullahay's paraphernalia, his holy symbol, something else perhaps, and gained the 900 gold, and Ajantis has levelled up. What is that reputation now, out of interest? So we're still disliked. Fine. We liberated the mine, but we did murder that guy in the pub. So, yeah. Not enough to kind of restore our reputation among the good folk of this area. But anyway, let's level Ajantis up, shall we? So he is level 3. Are we level 4 now, which is... well, we're getting on. No proficiency slots. Right, so Thaco reduced by 1. Lay on hands increased by 2. I think that is the amount that it heals. I think it's possibly 4 or 5 at the moment. So it's going to go up to 6, 7, something like that. 10 additional hit points and 1 lore. Okay. Well, I'll take that. Ajantis now at 37 hit points. That seems like a lot, doesn't it? And the Thaco is reduced. So with his bastard sword, he's now at 15. And with the bow, 13. So, yeah, that's great. That's great. Whew, well, there we go. It's kind of done.
As you will.
Baron Garsko just left. I suppose it was 2 in the morning. Must have heard that we were returning. We'll say. The guards are still on patrol. Can we talk to them? Oh.
Stand away, citizen!
Something about Oobleck the bounty officer, but we've already spoken to him. Right. Well, I think it's probably... I mean, we have got a lot to sell. But I think what I'll probably do is rest, and because we've got a lot in the inventory that needs identifying, we'll probably rest, and I'll probably pile up a few identify spells into Alwyn's level 1 slots. So that's the Nashkel Mines kind of done. But as we know, it's not just any old quest. It has caused us to interfere, apparently, with the Iron Throne, and we dispatched their minions with...
I am death come for thee. Surrender, and thy passage shall be quicker.
Oh, I am death come for... Oh my... At 2 in the morning, after we've been through the mines, had 4 assassins try and take our lives, and now this. Just sod off, mate. And look at the arrogance with this. Surrender and thy passage shall be quicker. I'm annoyed on behalf of Alwyn. Alwyn, meanwhile, is probably... Yeah, he doesn't like being kind of surprised like this, for sure. We can't prepare. We haven't got our armour spell or anything. Right, looks like there can be some dialogue. May the gods reward your arrogance with death. Quite right, Adjantis. My thoughts exactly. I surrender. I don't wish a fight. Just don't hurt me. What? I'm not surrendering to anything. Do we surrender? I don't know if Alwyn would surrender. I think it'd be... If there was a third option for some sort of negotiation, Alwyn would take it, but there isn't. It's kind of meekly laying down, or... What, I'm not surrendering... I think we're not going to surrender to anything. You know, Alwyn... You know, we have just dispatched 4 assassins. This is just another. And actually, all the assassins so far have fallen fairly comfortably at the hand of this... of Alwyn, so... Struggle if you must, dead one. I do not mind working for my money. Oh my god. I'm quite looking forward to dispatching this guy. Why Nimble has been hired to deal with the likes of you, I'll never know. There's no humbleness with these assassins, is there? It's just, yeah, you're going to die, mate, and it'll be easy as well. Well, Nimble. I wouldn't be so confident, but let's see. Good thing is we've got a guard there, so he might help us. First thing we're going to try and do... I don't know exactly what he is. He's got a weapon. Oh! I accidentally unpaused then. Didn't mean to do that. Well, first we'll try the old command. If that works, then he's not as... nowhere near as... powerful as he thinks he is he? Adjantis? In fact, Adjantis. Let's go in with the +1 arrows. Let's not waste any time. Imowen. You can go in with the fire arrows. With those equipped, she's got a 15 on the old Thaco, which is pretty good. Alwyn, not really sure, but I think possibly... Oof. Should we do a hold person? Let's do a hold person. Edwin. I haven't got a huge amount of spells, but we'll go for a horror. And Tsar magic missile. Right, let's go. Commander's worked. Laconia. Yeah, she's going to fire bullets at him. He's dead. He's dead.
My honor is my life, as you will.
He's dead. Oh, that's good. Oh, sorry, a bit of lag there on the old computer. Don't know why. The frames are really dropping. Might just have to reload. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, this frame thing just isn't really... It's dropping out in this area, but I have moved the group to another area and it's been fine, so we'll just have to live with it outside the inn here.
It shall be as you wish.
But Alwyn's going to be our picker-upper for this corpse. And what do we have? Okay, so some unidentified stuff, some boots, a ring, interesting, a letter, a scroll, find familiar, interesting, 58 gold, and a sword and some throwing axes. I don't know if we can actually... Oh, Mags, come on. Technical issues abound, don't they? They come in threes, so goodness knows what else is going to happen now. Right, can we move something off to... Let's move that scroll to Immerwin and pick up these. Oh yeah, they're heavy. Can we give them to Tsar? No. Right, put them on the ground. Tsar, you give something light to Alwyn. These will do. Alwyn, you give those to Tsar. Don't know how much they're worth. Oh, that has slightly over encumbered him, but never mind. Anyway, what we're interested in is what we just picked up, which was these boots. Does Alwyn know what they are? Yes, he does. Senses of the cat. Boots of avoidance. The magic of these boots was specifically designed to detect incoming missiles and aid the wearer in avoiding them. They were originally commissioned by the instructor of an archery academy who had tired of suffering accidents at the hands of his inexperienced students. That's rather good. +5 VS missile attacks. That would be... That's a very useful item, I think. Obviously, if we go up against people who have ranged capability, I think I'll give that to Viconia because she is front line and she's got fewer hit points than a Jantis, so that would probably be a decent little boost for her. That's a nice item. Nice item. Oh, she can't actually... Well, she's slightly over encumbered, but we'll sort that out when we sell some stuff. And boy, have we got a lot of stuff to sell. I mean, we're on 8,000 gold here. We're going to be... Some of this stuff must be worth quite a lot. Alwyn doesn't know what that wand is. Or that bolt. But he does know what this ring is. Oh. Ring of Infravision. Merchants that dare the risks of trading with the drow of the Great Rift are often given these items to aid in their movements underground. Well, that'll be sold. And he had this sword. This is a short sword +1. That's 2 of those we've got now. We don't know what that is, do we? No. And there was a scroll. Which one was it? Was it this one? It would appear so. Nimble. The money you have received from Tranzig. This isn't the standard bounty notice then, which is what the other assassins had. Money you have received from Tranzig should cover your usual fee. Your assignment is a difficult one, but I'm sure that you are up to the task. There is a group of mercenaries who should be coming through Nashkel in the next few days. They are led by a whelp named Alwyn. Oh god, named. You are to kill Alwyn and all that travel with him. I warn you, they may not look like much, that's probably fair enough, but they are very dangerous. Good hunting. Tazok. Aha. Now, what's the difference here? As I've said, it's not a... excuse me. It's not a standard bounty notice, is it? Someone has been hired specifically. Nimble in this case. Someone more capable perhaps, although the poor chap didn't hang around long enough to for us to really find out what the extent of his capability was. Not good enough to resist the classic command spell. But anyway, we now have evidence, I suppose, of a key link.
As you will.
And by the way, we are going to have many drinks tonight. Is it tonight? Well, it's 3 in the morning. So, yeah. We have evidence of a key link, don't we? Tazok. Tazok, I suppose, unites the assassins that are trying to take out Alwyn and this Iron Crisis. They are one and the same. I suppose it could be coincidence that the two assassins that tried to take out Alwyn in this very bar at one stage are just commissioned by someone different to Tazok, but I mean, on the weight of the evidence so far, we have to assume that they are one and the same. That the previous assassins are the same, are hired by the same people who hired Nimble, and the name that's been put to that is Tazok. So that is what links Alwyn to the iron shortage. Previously, the game said what links you to the iron shortage. You know, you couldn't possibly say or know, but now we do know. Obviously, we don't know why Alwyn would be targeted in the first place, but kind of digging out this, rooting out this iron issue. Sorry, excuse me. Was, you know, would certainly draw the ire of those nefarious characters anyway. The puppet masters, I suppose, want him dead, don't they? It's some guys at the top want Alwyn dead, and yeah, so I'm just sort of buying drinks for people at the moment. A few stouts for you, Viconia. I mean, we know Tazok orchestrated the poisoning of the iron ore in the mines because of these letters, and the letter to Mullahay revealed that he has hired bandit mercenaries to raid caravans of metal from elsewhere to stop them entering the region. I mean, I guess we do have a conspiracy on our hands. Is this the Iron Throne? I mean, that's what those assassins in on the exit to the mines were talking, that they mentioned the Iron Throne. You've crossed the Iron Throne for the last time, or whatever they said. But why do they want Alwyn dead? That is the question, isn't it? That is the big question. Oh, Viconia's drunk. Have a mead, Imowen, you're sweet. Beware the woods to the west, friend, for I hear tell of ogres and madmen. I mean, that guy who took out Gorion, where does he fit into all this? Was that this Tazok character? And why is this group looking to cripple the region via the iron supply? Several drinks for you, Edwin. Zar, you can have a blood wine, 8 gold, and a couple of ales. Alwyn, have another. I think Alwyn would like a stout and a bit of black. These are all questions that Alwyn will be asking, but let me tell you, not with a sense of curious intrigue that we might, but with, I guess, a mortal fear of what it might reveal. And that's the great... The kind of anxiety for Alwyn, I suppose, has shifted. You know, that... First, just staying alive was a massive... a massive issue for Alwyn, that danger lurked around every corner. And while that's still the case to an extent, you know, I mean, even Alwyn, as nervous a man as Alwyn is, even he would recognise that he's, you know, got a reasonably strong group now. Some of the people that we've taken down with those 4 assassins were taken out with ease, and Nimble didn't last long at all. So, you know, we're powerful now. You know, we've got people. Let's have a little rundown, shall we? You know, Ajantis has taken out 124 people. Things, monsters, enemies. Viconia 70. Imowen 95. Alwyn 70. Edwin 21. Zar 51. Well, Zar's done pretty well. You know, we've left a trail of slaughter in our wake. So, you know, that kind of monster fear is there, but it's not a ridiculous fear now. Alwyn's done it enough times to kind of know how to handle himself. He's not going into any battle with any great confidence, but it's not, you know, that immediate, you know, surviving the next hour isn't really a thing anymore. And what of this Transig fellow who is mentioned? We excuse me. We have a lead, don't we? Here it is, just at the end. On his message to Mullahay, his name is Transig, he'll be staying at Felder Post's Inn. He is the only lead, but confronting him? I don't know. It's not immediately something Alwyn would want to do, but on the other hand, I think he would like to corner someone and just question them. Just ask, why me? What have I done? What do you want from me? Because the anxiety now is this kind of, I don't know, almost a Lovecraftian, stalking, ever-present menace. The force in this world that wants Alwyn gone, dead. What is it? Is it a person? Is it a organisation? Is it, you know, what is this thing? Is it a monster? So what will Alwyn do? Will he? I mean, he's having a drink and a slap-up feed at the moment, but and I think a night in the royal suite is only befitting after trawling through a mine, hot conditions, and then monsters galore at the end of it, and lots of assassins. But yeah, the question is, does he confront Transig? Does he go up there now? I think he's going to have a sleep. Wait till the morning and decide then. But you, dear viewer, you will have to wait for Chapter 3.